A little bit more practice with dividing line segments. So what are the coordinates of B on AC such that the ratio of AB to AC is 5 to 6? All right, so AB to AC is 5 to 6. So with this one, because AC is the entire segment, this is a part to whole ratio, which means we do not have to add these. I know they want me to divide AC up into 6 chunks. So I know it's going to take me 6 different movements to get from A to C if I divide this thing up into the ratio that they want. So let's jump over here and let's find our change in X and change in Y. So for change in X, what do I have to do to get from A to C? Well, let's start at C here. My X coordinate for C is -4. My X coordinate for A is 1, so I subtract 1, and that gets me -5. So that means to get from A to C, I have to go left 5. How about my change in Y? My Y coordinate for C is 2. My Y coordinate for A is -6. So that means to get from A to C, I have to go left 5, up 8. Well, if I think about this, they're telling me to get from A to B, I have to travel along 5 of these chunks, which means I'm going to have to jump 5 different times. Well, I don't want to do that. First of all, to get from one chunk to the next, I now have to take this and divide by 6. This one's going to be kind of ugly. -5/6 is going to be my movement there for my horizontal movement. I divide this by 6, and that gets me 6 goes into 8 one time with the remainder 2, so 2/6 is 1/3. So to get from one chunk to the next, I go left 5/6 and up 1 1/3. Well, again, back to here, to get from A to B, they're telling me I have to travel 5 different chunks to get there. I don't want to do that. The entire thing is only 6 chunks. So rather than going from A to B, I'm going to go from C backwards. So if I'm sitting at C, C is at -4, 2. Rather than going left 5/6 and up 1 1/3 5 different times, I'm just going to go the exact opposite direction, which means to find B, I start at -4, and instead of going left 5/6, I need to go right 5/6, and instead of going up 1 1/3, I need to go down 1 1/3. I'm going the opposite direction. So now I just do some simple math. -4 plus 5/6 is -3 1/6. And 2 minus 1 1/3. 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 minus 1/3 is 2/3. So my answer should be -3 1/6, 2/3. See if that's down here. -3 1/6, 2/3. Let's check it out. Got it. Okay, let's do one more with my time that I have here. All right, so point A is at 6, -6. Point C is at -6, -2. Find the coordinates of B on AC such that AB is 3/4 of AC. Okay, so they didn't give this one to me in a ratio, so I'm going to have to make my own ratio here. They want me to compare AB to AC. So if AB to AC, if I want AB to be 3/4 the length of AC, well, for my ratio, I'm just going to make AC 4. And what number is 3/4 of 4? Well, that's 3. AC is the whole thing, so this is a part to whole ratio. No adding needed. There are 4 chunks here. So I know we're breaking up this whole segment into 4 chunks. So let's go over here. Let's find our change of X. So my change of X, what do I have to do to get from A to C? Well, that's -6 minus 6, which gets me -12. To get from A to C, I go left 12. For Y, I go from -2 minus -6, which means that's +4. So to get from A to C, I go left 12, up 4. Okay, so now it's broken up into 4 chunks. So let's go back to here and let's divide by 4, divide by 4, and this gets me -3, and this gets me 1. So to go from one chunk to the next, I have to go left 3, up 1. So I need to travel along 3 of these to get from A to B. Well, let's make it easier on ourselves. Rather than going from A to B, let's go from C back to A or back to B. So at C, we're currently sitting at -6, -2. Rather than going left 3, up 1, 3 different times from A to B, let's just go the opposite direction. So for B, instead of going left 3, let's go right 3. And instead of going up 1, let's go down 1. We just go the opposite direction. So B is currently sitting at -3, -3. Well, let's check it out. -3, -3. How'd I do? Got it.